And I managed to keep my version. I went in to do the music, which was a very sad moment for me because Roy Budd did the music for the film. And he'd done the music for Get Carter. He wrote the now very famous music for the theme for Carter. And I got in there early, and there was an orchestra there, and they never told me. And they were recording music for another version, which they'd never told me about. I mean, I was so angry. I mean, Roy's dead now, but I regret that I never spoke to him again because I dressed him down and said, look, how could you do this to me? How could you be in here recording this crap music? And it was crap. You know, when I've got Chopin, and I've got all of that, what were you doing? And I mean, he said, well, they just asked me to come in here. They had another version that they were going to do. So eventually, their version, they re-edited it, and they had another version. I don't think it was ever shown anywhere. So it was sad that it ended up in a troubled state, but there we are, that's one of those things. And Stoppard tried to act like a Kissinger, he was trying to negotiate between the two, but I was the one defending his script, and I was pretty hurt by that as well. And it won the New York Critics Prize, and I read about it in the newspaper, and Tom was flown to New York, but I was never told even that it won. And then it won an award at the Banff Television Festival, and they never told me. And as it was a cash prize and I had very little money at the time, I certainly went and made sure that I got the $5,000, even if I didn't get the Rocky, which came with it. So it was sad that it ended that way. But there we are, you've just seen the politics of life, haven't you, in this film? It's, that's the name of the game. It didn't just stay on the screen, it actually entered my life and entered the making of the film. Nothing is simple in human life, it seems to me.
And what effects, if any, did it have on your directing career after that? Did it?
Well, no, I mean, the film was it was a television film. I have to say, with commercial breaks, it's a little easier to cope with. It's pretty intense. Watching 90 minutes. Did you find it hard to hang on or not? Or you find it, no? Oh, that's really good. I felt maybe it's, when you had the commercial breaks, it sort of made it easier to sort of absorb. But I'm glad that it was like that. So we had very good reviews, and I was grateful. I'm very lucky to have been offered the film. The other 8 directors were not so lucky, I don't think. But it was a problem-solving. Basically, it was a problem-solving film,
Yes, there was a question for Mike. Sure, there must be some questions. Yes.
Was it a screen in Poland?
Well, I know, not officially, but I'm told that it became a big underground video. Because the communists were still in power when this film was made. And we heard, from Wojtek, various Polish people, friends, that in fact it became a big black market video, which I can understand. So, no, not officially. I'd be very curious to know what Polish people make of it now, actually.
There are some Polish people in the audience, I believe, this evening, so we might
yes.
hear some of them later.
How did you find it?
Quite dense. There's a lot of information, factual information in there as well, isn't there? Especially that.
I couldn't remember the film from when I went to see it on Channel 4, but I was struck by the parallel with Days of Hope. And in terms of the politics, Jim Allen wrote Days of Hope.
Yes. No, yes, I agree.
And I was struck towards the end when Jaruzelski, when they were planning the military attacks, made the point that the Americans were quite happy as long as they were in power. That's part of the Kissinger politics.
Yes.
Of the balance of power in Europe.
Yes.
And to reduce uncertainty. And you spoke earlier about the producers. I'm wondering to what extent they tried to change any of the dialogue. Did they see Stoppard's script?
No, not at all. I mean, the one element that I encouraged Tom to be more satirical, I have to confess. I felt that he could go a bit further than the script that I started with. So when we did the final card game between the church, Solidarity and the Politburo, you know, I changed the cards. I said to Tom, we need some visual effects in the game. The idea of the cards came in, and then we made the cards bigger. So you have the Krenner character playing with a normal pack of cards, and then we made the cards bigger. They really hated that, the American team. I don't quite know why, because again the piece was of a one, and that was part of the game. But other than that, they've never ever quibbled about. I'm not sure they understood it, truthfully. Maybe it's an advantage if they don't. Oh yes, it's extraordinary. I'm looking at it again. I doubt that I get it made. I would never get made now, ever. But most of my films I never get made. I don't think, frankly, no.
Yes, question in the middle.
I love what you call the theatricality of it, and I was wondering how you worked with the actors, how they approached playing real living people, and how much rehearsal you had and things like that, because it didn't seem like a small television film at all.
No. Oh, I was lucky insofar as that I just had this extraordinary cast, you know. I mean, they were. I don't think it's anything to do with me particularly. I think it must have been to do with Stoppard and the quality of the script. Although, you know, from an actor's point of view, apart from various characters in Solidarność, the characters are caricatures in a way, but then life is full of caricatures, particularly in politics, it seems to be. So having been lucky enough to attract all these actors, I mean, completely forgotten the range of actors that we have in this film. And they gave me the goods. I didn't, I provided them with the atmosphere, and I provided them with the shots, and I provided them with everything that I could give, but they gave me their performances, really.
But how did you actually work with them? Did you have a lot of rehearsal time?
There was one read-through, and then, which I found truly terrifying. It was just a read-through. And then I don't storyboard ever, and I go into the scene very open about it, actually, in a sense, so that the actors, I rehearse, I never turn the camera